Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Glassman's World. I'm Dan the Glassman, and you're watching a demonstration on a new balloon that I'm going to attempt to make. Well, actually, a new balloon to you, but it's a balloon I've actually made several years ago, and I was asked to make this balloon again. Oh, hold on 1 second. Make sure we can get this. Sorry about that. Music's all playing right there, which means I need to mute this. There we go. Alright, let's see if we got anyone in and watching yet. So, I'm attempting to make this one here right now, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to make this. So, we'll see. I was hoping that I'd make several of them real quick today, right now, but we'll see what I can pull off. And then after that, I was asked to make a few of these here, which he would like the snowman with the pumpkin, which the pumpkin is actually, let me see if I can find it here, is this right there. I do believe it's that one, unless I have the wrong one, but I do believe it's like that. If it's not that one, and then it's with a snowman, and it's got a little daisy and a little sun guy right there. So I'm going to attempt to make a balloon or two balloons that has those designs on it, one on each side, he was saying. So we'll see what I can do. And I'm thinking, like, why not just make the actual real one? Why not make the actual real one where it's got all four of these on each side and make it just that tiny, right? Like, yeah, make a little tiny flower there, a little sun. I don't know. I don't see why not. Maybe it'll work. I don't know. So, I ran into a predicament. I had an issue just now. I ran out of fuel. I What? There's no audio? Can you hear me now? Uh-oh. I guess that's why people came in and came out, came in and came out. Was there audio now? Oh, was it better before? When you say K, it works. Was it better before than it is now? Because I just unplugged the microphone after I plugged it back in to see if it worked, and I was like, well, maybe this will just work better, and I can just speak in the directly into the cam. I think it'll pick it up okay, and I'll be able to project. I don't know what happened with my microphone. Why is there no audio sometimes? It should work every time. Oh well. So today was a pretty cool day. Like I said, I was letting NJ know that he can join us next year. That was a really cool time. I guess you didn't hear anything of what I was saying then when I was talking about these things. So this is the balloon that I'm going to attempt to make, which is called Primary Dream. So Primary Dream is red with these like kind of blue and yellow patterns. What I did was like I spiraled up blue and yellow, and hoping that the spiral is kind of laying in the right direction. You know, they understand that, you know, these things are definitely not going to match what the balloons really look like, right? Like, they kind of mimic them. Every once in a while, I'll get a balloon to look, you know, to the T. But then there's others where it's like, oh, that one almost gets it, right? Like our balloon, even our balloon, you know, it's not like dead on because there's square patterns and I can't do the squares like that. You know, maybe on a larger scale. All right, but you can hear me, right? I think that audio is working now. Balloons are a unique challenge to recreate in glass, definitely. And then, you know, each one it's its own process. So, you know, I make one and then I got to do it again and do it again. Awesome. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. And thank you for the all the different comments coming in earlier about the glass, all the oohs and the ahs, and even the glassman's, the glass god. Thanks a lot for that. I appreciate it. I caught that. But yeah, it was really cool. You know what I thought was funny was like he was chilling right there waiting for me, and he saw that balloon like way across the field and everything. He's like all chilling, and in his stream, you could actually see my crew in the back. Well, not my crew, but our crew in the background, all setting up the tables and setting up all the snacks and everything right there. And even I just watched his live stream right now, and he was even saying right before I walked up, he was like, "Oh, I'm getting hungry," and this and that. And then when I walked up, I was like, "Yeah, come and join us. We're about to just, you know, have some snacks and tailgate and just chill." So, and then he was like, "Oh no, I'm good. I brought a few snacks and stuff." I didn't know he was like really hungry. Like, we had just cheese and sausage, you know, summer sausage, cheese, crackers, the usual, the balloon diet. That's what like all balloonists eat: cheese and crackers, and veggie trays, fruit trays. Every once in a while, you'll get some people with like a grill. They'll get some kind of a grill, and then they'll make like some burgers or some hot dogs or something like that. I love your black and white pouch. Black and white pouch. Black and white? I'm on which black and white? Well, what do I have that's black and white? Was I wearing something black and white? Black and white pouch. Oh, the one that's inside the that's holding that glass. Yeah, it's kind of like dang. You know, it's almost like a zebra. I need to use that and make a bunch of zebras. If I can make some black and white balloons, then I'll be able to get some zebra pins. Those guys are sticklers, man. They hold on to their pins. I've been trying to ask them for pins. I finally did get one, but I traded it from someone else who wasn't. He wasn't even a zebra. He traded for it from someone else. I was like, well, I'll trade for that for you. Heck yeah. So I trade glass balloons for pins sometimes. I try to get 2 pins because you can go buy a lot of them for $10 each. Well, some of the classic ones though, and the hard to find ones, those ones might be like 20, 25. I don't know. There might even be some that are even like way more expensive. And I saw one today that I really, really would love. It's the statue of Sid Cutter. I was like, whoa, that thing is amazing. All right, let's add this clear glass now. Let's balloon this out. So I'm early on the live stream. We're not going to do any of the giveaways or nothing like that right now. I just wanted to attempt to make this balloon, talk about Balloon Fiesta, all the different experiences and things. But I do got to admit, today when we were on the chase, I was a little tired and cranky. I only was on 1 hour sleep and 2 hours the night before. So 3 hours and 48 hours plus, I probably only had like 2 or 3 hours the night before that and 2 or 3 hours the night before that. So, I'm running on E here almost. And I don't know. I felt like I kind of knew where we were going. And yeah, I got to admit, I did know exactly where we were headed and which direction we were headed. I didn't, there's no way you can call and say exactly where the balloon's going to land or anything. But you can be like, well, if they're heading in this way and you don't see them being able to track any other layers of directional wind speeds or anything, going in different directions compared to where they're already headed, then you know that they're not going to really be able to turn around, grab the Albuquerque box. They said the box wasn't really in effect. And basically what that is like when you first lift off, you're really close to the earth, right? And when you get higher in elevation, you get a little bit further. And there's different layers of air currents and wind speeds and directions. So you can actually steer a balloon by knowing, if I go up 1,000 feet, it's going to push me to the west. And if I go up 500 more feet from there, it's going to then start to push me a little bit south. And if I go here, then it's going to push me, so then you figure out what layer or what altitude you need to be in to catch which direction you're trying to get to. And that's pretty much how you do ballooning. It's really freaking awesome. But yeah, I definitely need to get my sleep. And at the same time, I am pushing myself because I got to get these orders done. Because everyone leaves. It's not like everyone is from Albuquerque. So I have this one opportunity every year to get them into their hands directly from me and get to see their excitement and their expression. I can ship these. I can definitely ship these to them, but it's not the same as being able to bring them to them, right? And be like, I did my best. I thought that I could try to get these all done this week, or I'm so glad I was able to get all of them done, or whatever. These guys, all they told me was just make as many as you can, and we'll get them. Well, what does that mean? Make 1 million? Make 1,000? Make 100? Make 10? Make as many as I can make. Well, right now, I'm going to see how many I can make today, being that I might run out of oxygen. And that's the thing. I just ran out of propane. Luckily, one of our friends, call him Grandpa, he came by and helped me out, went and took me to the Home Depot, and I got my propane refilled. What's crazy is I walked in and I noticed my oxygen was really low, and I'm like, uh-oh, my oxygen is about to, I'm going to lose my oxygen, which right now we might start to lose oxygen. That's about to happen right now. Yeah, it is really interesting to use altitude as a method of choosing velocity. Yeah, it's so cool. I'm just like, I love ballooning. I love ballooning. I'm a balloonatic. I love it. Rick Jones, he's really gotten me into really like falling in love with the art of ballooning. It is a true art form what he does, you know, the artistry of flying a balloon. It really is an art form, and he's a master at his artwork, at his artistic skill. He is a master at what he does, you know. And whether or not he's the best in the world, or 10th or 100th or whatever, I don't even know. To me, he's the best pilot that's ever flown me in his balloon. I've never been in any other balloon, so I don't really know. You know, I don't have that experience with any other pilot. But what I do know is that this guy knows what he's doing, and he is very thorough. He is very precise with his directions. He is thoughtful and kind and caring on how he delivers certain directions and things, and then when need be, you know, will be intense and stern or whatever needs to be done. I know he really doesn't like me with the camera and everything all the time, and that's why I try to just set it up on a tripod, get it out of my hands all the time. But now, just even just running away from the balloon and setting up the tripod, I'm getting away from the balloon for a moment. And he would rather me be there with my hands on the balloon or whatever I'm supposed to be doing besides worrying about streaming. You know, my job there is to work for him, and I understand that. So any time that he's like, you really need to drop that, I'll drop it. Like, I will literally drop my phone for Rick and be like, let's work, like, whatever. Like, it don't matter. I'll shut this off right now. Let's do this. You know, because it's more important to me. The ballooning, and I've already got, how many days now? Day 6. Like, I can keep going, you know, as long as it doesn't get in the way. And I know that. And he knows that I'm a hard worker, and I do what I can. Even like today, right? I jump out of the van on the first one out. I'm the first one running up in the field with all the cactus and all the sticker brush and all that, and I grab him, you know, with gloves on. You know, my gloves are already on by the time I'm getting out. I don't have my glass on me. I'm not running and clanking glass and all this, you know, but I got my phone with me. I got the tripod. I don't want to just put it down right there in the dirt all face down. So, you know, at that point, I'm like running with it. I grab him by one hand, and it's enough for me to bring him down. And then, you know, at that point, you can see that the camera shifts because I grab him with the second hand while still holding the tripod, but I'm grabbing the balloon with both hands, even though I'm holding the tripod still in my hand, you know, because I've learned how to like pick up different things and being able to, I have that coordination, you know, like I can do things like that. I'm a glass blower. I have the hand-eye coordination, and I'm weird like that. I don't know. I'm an Aquarius. I don't know what it is. There's something weird about me. I can pick up like watching people do things, and then I can do it too. It's, I don't know. It's a weird thing. So yeah, I know he doesn't like it so much, but he knows that I work hard, and I'm there. Like, I'm quick. I'm on point. I know I'm watching like the elevations, the wind speeds, the velocity, the you know, where he's gonna go and where he might be. and I like to just be ready instead of like he's coming down. We're trying to figure out, oh, where did he go down? Where did he go down? Where like once he's down, then it's really hard to find him. Once he's behind houses, and if he's dropping a balloon down, it's like good luck. Then you got to like get on the radio and be like, sorry, Rick, you lost us. We're not that great of a chase crew. No, it's not like that. But I have that. I don't know. I guess I'm just competitive or something. I don't know what it is. There's something about it. I just love to be able to just be like, look, he's going this way. Let's go and meet him there. Let's be there. So we're actually getting out of the van. We're parked basically where he's coming down. Like we already know. He's coming down right here. Bam. All right, boom. Don't put the van right in front of the uh the direction where the balloon's coming down. If the balloon's coming down right here, you definitely don't want to be parking over here. You park over on the side, away from where he's coming down. It's all safety first. You don't want to hurt the balloon, the balloonist, the vehicles. You don't want to crash anything. Monkey see, monkey do. So yeah, it's it's really fun to be able to do these things, and then to be able to stream it and bring it to you guys live, raw, and unplugged the way I do. And I don't know if I'm going to get in trouble for using that term, Balloon Fiesta Live, Raw and Unplugged, the Dawn Patrol show. But I like it. I'm like, I might actually make a channel just about that. Live, Raw, and Unplugged, the Dawn Patrol show, featuring Polar Dawn. But actually, it'd be cool if I could feature everyone. And then at the same time, I love to just be able to crew for Rick, and I know something like that might get too big and take me away from my duties. And I love to be able to crew, and that's the thing is, Rick knows that. Like Rick knows I can easily not be there and make a ton of money doing all kinds of other things, right? Being at all these other different markets, doing demonstrations for people like in Old Town, going where all the tourists are. Once Balloon Fiesta is done during the morning, everyone, the millions of people who are here in Albuquerque are shopping around, walking around, checking out all the tourist spots, going to all the art shows and the markets and the balloon arts and crafts fairs and all the farmers markets and all of that. And I am not there. I'm volunteering my time for free to go and hang out with one of the coolest guys I know, Mr. Rick Jones. And that's what I do. I volunteer my time, and I sacrifice the fact that I could go and make all kinds of money. And the thing is I'm going to figure it out. I'm like, okay, how are we going to make this work in all directions? How are we going to get my glass balloons onto the field, sell them out there to the general public out there, not just like carry around like, between like 5 to 20, like I haven't even had more than a dozen on me this year. I've had like maybe 5 or 6, maybe 8, maybe 10. I haven't even had a dozen, I don't think. And so, I got to get to the point where I can make these in the thousands, get them to another individual who can be a distributor and disperse them out to the general public. And basically, I wholesale them, they retail them, and everyone's happy. And so hopefully with Discover Balloons, which is a shop in Old Town, and like I said, I used to blow glass in Old Town and do all kinds of demos and stuff, especially during Balloon Fiesta. Also during the Christmas time, they do something called Luminatias here, which are basically brown bags, like a lunch bag, filled with sand on the bottom, and they have a candle inside. And they do make commercialized ones that are just plastic with a light, and they look like little plastic bags or some kind of a tan vinyl lunch bag, like pretty much. And then they're just lit up. So we have the those kind of things that go on in the Christmas time, and I used to do a lot of demonstrations in Old Town at that time. Christmas ornaments was one of the biggest things that I would make during the Christmas holiday and stuff. So hopefully I can get these back into Discover Balloons. I started speaking with them last year after Balloon Fiesta, and I dropped the ball. I did not keep up with them, bring them more balloons, make sure that they were supplied and stocked up. And then I think also I had changed my phone number, and I don't know if they ever were like trying to reach out to me. And I got so busy, and then I took 6 months off from blowing glass, which is ridiculous, but I kind of needed to kind of refocus on things and figure out just, you know, after almost 30 years, 29 years, like I just needed a little bit of a break, 6 months, rebuild a new studio table here, which, it took me like 6 hours or less, but it took 6 months to finally get around to it. I had to like make a glass to it, I guess. Just kidding. Had to make a round glass to it. All right. Okay, we're gonna see how this comes out. It's gonna be interesting. I hope I used the right colors now. Did I? Yes, I did. I'm like, that's not orange. Like what? Okay, well, whatever. We'll find out. Have you ever seen an electric hot air balloon? So, I have seen a remote control balloon, the RC balloons, right? And those remote control balloons do have electric burners, but I've never seen nowadays they're coming up with all kinds of crazy stuff, like for smoking and things like that, smoking apparatuses, torches, using lasers. Like, could you actually heat up uh, the envelope to a balloon using a laser on like some sort of like a metal plate, like a copper plate within that would glow so freaking hot by a laser, or something ridiculous like that. Like, I'm sure that you could, but you wouldn't have the same control as like fire. I don't think it would be really, really different, way different. All right, so we're about to bring this balloon down now. We're gonna attempt to stretch this out. Hopefully, I'm not running out of oxygen now. I'm getting so close to finishing this, but yeah, they do have the remote controlled RC balloons out there. I believe an incandescent bulb is a perfect candidate for an electric hot air balloon. So I don't know. Incandescent bulb, I don't know, because like I said, maybe for a remote control balloon, but to put someone's life in a basket and to then play with lighting and, electricity goes out all the time, at least with a burner, if you have issues with the tank, something going wrong, you can always swap out. You have 3 tanks on board. But with electricity, like if you don't have an electrician on board, you better be one. You better have a backup batteries, fuses, all that stuff. But to turn it into a remote control, a miniature hot air balloon, heck yeah, I don't see why not. Get a microwave in that thing and see if you can heat it up, whatever. I blew glass one time with the sun. All things are possible. I used the Fresnel lens. I don't know if you know what a Fresnel lens is, but it's a big old giant magnifying glass. It's like really flat. The magnification goes in to where it's like circular. Uh, they normally have these screens, these Fresnel lenses on the old school flat screen TVs, projection screen TVs, and you can set it up onto a frame. So I went out one time to like a science night. There's a place nearby. Oh, small scale. You have other ideas for human scale. You're on point. Right, right. And so, oh gosh, what was I saying? And I always do that. I change the subject real quick, start reading comments. Trying to think, what was I talking about? Remind me. Oh, the Fresnel lens. Cool. Thank you. Thank you. That helps so much. Oh man, it's been a long few days. I tell you what, it's been a long few days, but good. A long few good days too. Especially, the last couple of days are really cool with meeting up with NJ and being able to do like a stream collab. That's something I've never done before, really. Besides, I mean, with my friend Orlando, but he was more of a Facebook streamer. He never did YouTube. I've never done a YouTube collab. That's the thing. He went from Facebook to TikTok, and I don't TikTok. I don't know. TikTok's weird. Yeah, I melted glass with the sun. But yeah, let's get back into that. So I went to the science night. I went to this place where they got like 3D printers and laser etchers and all these things. You can do like wood patterns, laser etch designs, logos into different things. And basically, you either like purchase a membership or you purchase like hours, like a block of hours to go and work inside of there. It's like an open space workshop, right? And they had an open house one time, so I went to go check out the open house, and they had this Fresnel lens on a frame that was it was on a swivel, and it was set up to where it was maybe, I would guess, like 2 to 3 feet. Like the frame was, the Fresnel lens is what, I guess like 3 by 3, 4 by 4 foot, and so they had to make like a 2 by 4 frame to hold this up, this big old lens, and then it had to be able to swivel like this, swivel this way, so that way they could follow the sun if the sun had a different angle or whatever, right? And then the whole contraption, you could turn it which way to angle it toward the sun, right? So this thing got so hot when I was watching. I walked up to them, and they were melting lava stone, like a pumice rock. They were melting lava stone with this Fresnel lens and turning it basically into obsidian. And I was like, wait a minute. How hot is that getting? Like, wait, hold on a sec. Do you mind if I go home real quick? And this is when I had a vehicle and it was running and everything. And I was like, do you mind if I go home real quick and grab some of my glasses and some glass, my borosilicate glass, and see if I can melt something in this? And they're like, no, go ahead. And I knew one of the individuals who like managing it. And so, yeah, it was easy to just ask someone there. That's how I kind of knew about the open house. I was invited over to it and stuff. Hold on, I gotta take a look. Oh, it's a red scoop. Okay. Okay, so then we just go red right on the bottom. So then, I tried out the glass and I melted down This thing, it took forever. It was so small of a piece of, like the size of this, like the piece of colored glass here. Not even as big as what I normally start out with. The 16 millimeter is more like, you know, closer to 7 millimeter. And it took forever to melt this thing. It basically just came out to be like a clear water drop thing, but it was so charred and gross, and had touched like some of the obsidian that they had melted prior. And I don't know. I got pictures of it. It's on my Facebook page. I can probably share it onto my community channel here on YouTube. You know, I need to utilize the community page a little bit more for sharing out my artwork, my glass, and those kind of things. I've been kind of just following a lot of news and current events and what's been going on, trying to just get people to understand these things that are happening and why they might be happening. And I don't know. At the same time, I get so tired of doing it too, and not getting that kind of feedback and stuff from people. But yeah, whatever. It is what it is. I'm going off on a different tangent there. So we're gonna try to finish up this balloon here. Hopefully it comes out. So yeah, I melted one of the very first water drops that I've ever made, and I'm now known for making the drop of water, which is the water drop pendant that I've gifted out to water protectors from all over the world. Those who went to Standing Rock, those who basically put their lives on the line to protecting water, to stopping things like fracking and oil drilling, and individual companies, corporations coming in, seizing land and things like that, land grabs, going in and just like, you know, bulldozing people's sacred burial lands and stuff like that. You're like, you know, having no respect for others. And yeah, we've gifted out 3,864 water drops. I'm pretty sure 64. I'm pretty sure we added one more last weekend. 3,864 water drops gifted so far, and many more to come. Oh man, and it's been a long day. It's only 7 p.m. right now. I might pass out. I might miss the 10 o'clock giveaway, guys. I am not joking. I was like passing out on the way home on the bus. I had my pilot drop me off just like a couple blocks away. You know, I try not to be too much of a pain. Not having a vehicle is kind of hard though. But yeah, he's been giving me a ride onto a main strip there, and then I can catch the bus, and that bus goes directly to my home. It would be nice if that bus left at like 2:33 a.m. If we had 24-hour 7 buses, 24-hour, 24/7, 24-hour 7 days a week buses. If we had those kind of buses, then I wouldn't have to be spending $34 on an Uber. Luckily, that was only the first 2 nights that I went and volunteered. And I finally got a friend to say that he could help me out. I'm just paying him 20 instead of Uber 30 or 35 or whatever it is. So then I'm helping out my friend. I feel better to give him cash than to give some random individual cash. And then, you know, we can partake, have a little smoke sesh on the way up. And yeah, it worked out really good. I think I made that gondola a little bit bigger than usual. I'm gonna bring it down some. Like, tone it down, buddy. There we go. Yeah, I think sometimes when I get behind a torch like this, when I start spinning the glass, it's like very hypnotic. And then you hear the drone of the fan, you hear the hissing of the torch, and next thing you know, you're lulled to sleep like a baby, and your face is in the fire, and you have a burnt open nostril, and your lips all bubbled up. No, I was kidding. That would suck. I've always like thought about that. Like, what would happen if I literally fell asleep while the torch is still on? Like, oh my gosh, that would be horrific. I would hate that. All right, we're gonna conserve the oxygen here. That's nice of you to reward the heroes. Yes, basically it's just I got like a message from somewhere, that came to me, and it was just something that said, make something that represents water, a symbol of water that you can replicate over and over again. And the drop of water just popped in my head, and that's what I started making. I didn't know I was going to be gifting them out or doing anything like this. Like, it created itself. The whole story, like, you can follow the story here with the Gathering Nations Powwow 2017 playlist. I have all kinds of playlists, or the Drop of Water playlist. Oh my god, that's really hot. Okay. The kiln's working. That's good. All right. Can we make another one? First off, I'm going to have to make... Do I have to make another? Yeah, that's not going to be enough. Right? Okay. So I'm going to have to scrap this. If I had time, I could turn it into a little bumblebee. I got this like yellow and blue here. I'm wondering, actually, I don't know, maybe the blue. I'm trying to decide if the blue should be thicker. I have to make another twist of color here. So I'm basically going to incorporate the yellow with the blue here. I'm going to set this aside. You never know. I might be able to utilize that at some point one of these days. All right, now I'm going to have to bring up the oxygen. At this point, I don't know if we're going to run out of oxygen, and it could be just another thing like earlier. Have I made prisms? No, prisms are something that I think has to be, I think they sand them, like, wet sand them down to get the perfect points and stuff. Now I wonder if I could sand down a piece of glass like that and turn that into a prism, and what that would look like, or what that would do. Like what kind of, because I know borosilicate glass it's got boron and silica, and I think there's some amount of quartz within it, and I'm sure there's something that goes on within it, scientifically, or some other way, some other supernatural form or whatever. All right, we're gonna bring these together here. All right, so I got two colors now. I'm gonna spiral them together. But yeah, prisms would be cool to attempt to do. I just don't have a wet sander or a grinder or nothing like that. And that's the thing about glass, is like, you just thought of something. Like, what if I sat here all day and I had a wet grinder and I just sat and made prism necklaces or something, That'd be pretty cool. There's all kinds of things that you can do within the glass realm. A lot of people, they'll want to get into glass just for making smoking apparatuses and paraphernalia, and not really realizing that there's a whole nother world of stuff you can make. There's marble collectors out there that will spend, upwards of like $200 to $500 on a marble, and you're like, wait, this is for a marble? They're like, yeah, but it's not just any normal marble. Like, it's got some hand-blown glass, something within it. There's no air bubbles. It's all been, like, perfectly lined and laid out and this and that. Like, it's got to be quality to be able to get that sort of demand for it, right? You can't just be like, oh, I just started blowing glass because everyone else is asking this much, I also will. Like, no, you got to kind of put in your time, energy, and effort to get to that experience level, right? Oh man, I'm getting tired though. I'm already starting to ramble on. And when I ramble, sometimes I'll just start saying some weird stuff and it don't make no sense. You could probably go on last night's video and hear me like stutter, like stop talking, just like, wait, what am I even saying? Start thinking to myself, like, what's going on? Who am I and why are you guys here still? Alright, so we just spiraled up some yellow with some cobalt 4. Hey, what's going on, Madame Star? I did not get any rest today. What do you think I am? A sleeper? You think I'm sleeping on the job here? I got work to do. Come on. Just kidding. I got home and I was like so ready to fall asleep, but I wanted to utilize that little momentum of energy I had to try to make these balloons, because I'm running out of time. I only got a few more days to get a couple of these orders done. So I got to work on this one, and I'm on the second one now. And I do have to make this balloon, which he said make 2 of them, one with these 2 images on that balloon and one with this image. I'm like, well, what if I just do one balloon with all 4 images, So yeah, I'm really just trying to utilize my momentum here and keep going, because once I fall asleep, I'm not going to get up. Like, at this point right now, I already know. Last night, I was at that point where it's like, okay, I'm going to have to just pull an all-nighter and, or like, I don't know. Like, I was already at the point, like, I got off the torch. It was late with you guys. I was on the torch till whenever. I don't even know. Almost midnight. I finally get up off the torch, and I'm, like, eating the chicken roast that I made with the potatoes and the carrots with the rosemary and the oil and balsamic vinaigrette. It was so delicious, so good. But I could only eat, like, half what I would normally serve myself. And then I ended up falling asleep with my face in the food. I woke up with a plate full of chicken, and it was delicious. Just kidding. That would suck. Yeah, I wake up and I tried to eat dinner last night. I was so tired. I fell asleep in my food. How sad. Like, and no one else would see you because you're waking up at 2:30 in the morning. Or 2:45, and like you wake up with your face full of food. Well, at least no one saw me. So how you doing? How's it going, Madame Star? We're not doing the giveaway or nothing. I may skip the giveaway tonight so I could sleep. So if you're watching, see, my words are bad. I don't know if I can make it till 10 o'clock tonight. Like, or we just do the giveaway here sometime soon, but I didn't set this up for the giveaway. I think it would be unfair to talk about glass balloons and attempting to make this balloon, and then we go into the giveaway. So we'll keep those 2 things separate. But maybe we do go directly into the giveaway. I don't know. But yeah, I'm trying to be a trooper. Right now, I'm like I don't know. But yeah, so today was really fun hanging out on the field with NJ. I thought it was funny that he was sitting right there at J5, right where we were at. You know, we were just on the other, like the opposite corner, with the van parked right there. And see, he never like rode up with us in the van. He didn't really get to see everyone's faces and stuff. So you know, the daylight, everyone looks a little bit different. He's not gonna just roll up on some random crew and like get it wrong, right? So he waited for me and everything, but it was cool. We got to sit there, chill, and also before going up to the group again, and we got a little smoke session and got to chill and try out some of his ladies, some of his flowers there. So that was cool. That was pretty nice. No worries, just stopping by to say hi. I appreciate it. You love watching me create art. No worries. Awesome. So thank you. So we're gonna lay this one down now. I'll show you how it's done. All right. So all I do is I start drawing it, and then I try to create the same pattern technique that the balloon has and what it looks like from the balloon card. And then I just lay these colors down. I'm seeing that this is a little bit thick right here. I'm gonna have to close it up some. How do you do so is you tighten up the twist, grab part of it. So now I'm manipulating the glass here. We're gonna do the best we can to manipulate this. We're gonna just make this a little bit tighter. So that way when we go in with the other color, we'll use a thinner piece of color here. Alright, there we go. And I'm trying to make these as accurate as I can, but then, you know, they pretty much just gotta mimic them. You know, actually when I did the other one, I actually did the color down first. So I'm doing this one a little bit opposite. We'll see what I can do here now that I'm laying the color in. It's like, now the color is going to be a lot thicker. I should have done it the opposite way. That's alright. We'll get it. Each one is a one-of-a-kind, unique piece of glass. I just got to try to melt this down and flatten it out. I'm just pushing it down in between those twisted chains there that I first laid down. And I'm trying to just stretch this out, spread it out to where when it's being laid down, it's touching both sides of the twist in between. And hopefully that works. realize that. I'm like, dang, that actually opened up quite a bit right there. Okay, so I'm trying to get these colors to line up here. And then kind of spread out into each other. But I know some of these lines are going to be a lot wider than what I wanted to. I'm thinking I should have started with the color glass, and that would have given me the opportunity to match that spiral with the color. But it's all right. Every single one's a learning process, and we'll see how does it come out. And the thing is, I won't know how any of these come out until they're out of the kiln. So I got to get these in the kiln every night before before I can pull them out. And the closest time that I can ever open up a kiln would be about when the glass is about 180 degrees, and that's the soonest I can. So it's not about timing as far as like, oh, in 10 minutes or whatever. No, it's all about when it reaches 180 degrees, that's when my hand can physically hold the glass and pull it out from the bottom of the kiln without me accidentally, like, start playing hot potato and accidentally drop the piece that I just spent time and energy on. And then it's just ruined and wasted till I drop it. You know what I mean? So how do you get the oxygen? No, I don't get it delivered. See, that's the thing, is I don't even have a house. We're in a 2-bedroom apartment, and I blow glass in one of the rooms here, and we cannot get oxygen delivered to any apartment, only to residential or commercial. And so part of the issue is not having a vehicle right now, is having to then find rides, friends that have vehicles that can help me out all the time and help me do these things. And so I'm very grateful for those of my friends, that are far and few between, that come to my aid, my rescue, and help me out. They're the ones who keep me going a lot. And, anyone who's ever helped me to get oxygen, I truly, truly am indebted to you. Like, I am so grateful for you to just provide me with the ride. And I know for you, it's just simply going from point A to point B. But for me, it's like, oh my gosh, I couldn't do this without you. And I wouldn't know what to do if, like, today I'm sitting around, well, I'm trying to make this glass, and then all of a sudden, I can't finish it because I ran out of propane. There's nothing I can do. I can't bring the oxygen down to match it anymore. The ratio's gone. I was like, it's done. So I got to put it in the kiln and hope that it doesn't crack. Hope I can bring it back to temperature once I bring it out of the kiln. And even just hope that everything goes well. Nothing's 100%. Nothing's guaranteed. I never know what's gonna make it, what's not gonna make it, and I never know what it's gonna look like until it's out of the kiln too. That's the crazy thing, is I make all this stuff and then you never know. Like, did I do a good job? Should I have done this? Should I have done that? And you can't tell till after it's done. But yeah, it's crazy. Oh, and how do I merge the two gases? So there's hoses on the end of these here, or there's hoses right here. We got the green and we got the red hoses, and that's how it comes up into the torch right here. The torch actually has a pre-mix. So right now the propane is coming in right here, oxygen coming in here, mixing right in here. It's a pre-mixed torch. And then the bottom torch that I have is a bigger torch, and that's a surface mixed torch. And that's where the flame mixes on the surface of the torch. basically right here on the face of it. So that's how I merge the two gases together. The torch does that for me. It's a glass blowing torch made specifically for that. So if it wasn't for technology, I don't know what I'd be doing. Yeah, I'm starting to feel it, guys. I might have to push back what is it, day whatever, man. I don't even know what day it is. Day 9 of the Gardenia Glass giveaway. I'm tired right now. It's only 7:30 in the evening. It's like the sun just barely went down. The kids are still outside playing. And I'm like an old grandpa over here about to pass out. I need a diaper so I don't pee myself in bed. Just kidding. uh, very interesting. The torch mixes it. Thanks for explaining it. So it is. You know, I've done this for 29 years, and I can still just watch another glass artist for hours. It's like, wow, what are you doing here? And it's like, pick up on different techniques and things that way. You know, you share a story. You're like, hey, have you tried to mix this color with this? Have you ever tried to like put this color as a backing on top of this color? Or, you know, all kinds of little things like that. When you start having those kind of conversations with other artists, then you start finding out the things that they've done, so you can either try it or not, right? But thank you so much for understanding. I hope that um, we'll figure it out tomorrow. I hope that people aren't like waiting for that, and then I don't go live. That's the thing is I hate to drop the ball on anyone. You know, that's why I'm like trying to catch an Uber every morning to make sure I'm there for Dawn Patrol and Polar Dawn. You know, so I don't want to let down my pilot. Make sure I'm there. Make sure they're not waiting on me. Make sure they're not late onto field. Because that's the main thing, is he does not want to wait and be late to get onto field. And that's what I understand. If they got to go in the van and get the van on the field, sometimes there's someone who's driving, someone else who's got a vehicle that can wait for me or other late passengers. And you know, I just am wondering, because they said that I was running late today. I'm like, I thought I was actually like pretty much on time. Like, yeah, right at 4:15. We're trying to load up. Right at 4:20 we go, and I think I pulled up right at 4:20. Which, yeah, I guess I didn't give myself the 5 minute load up, but pretty much I just jump in the van and go. It doesn't take 5 minutes. It takes a minute, 30 seconds, legitly actually. But I'm not complaining. I'm just saying. That's just how things are. And so yeah, I knew that I was gonna have to walk down onto fields all the way from the top. But what was sad was one of our crew members had brought his mother and forgot about the fact that if we're running late like that they may have to walk. So then I felt bad. So I made him and his mom have to walk because I was late. I'm like, damn it. Uh, why didn't we put your mom in the van so she could have drove down with the rest of them? But I think she wants to be able to experience this with her son. I'm understanding that. She jumped into the shotgun of the van. You know, she jumped into passenger side and like, usually you got the driver and then you got the navigator, right? And navigator takes care of the radio. And then you got people driving or riding behind you in the in the vent seat, right? And they can look out each side. So if the balloon's like to our left or to our right, depending on if you're the driver's side or the passenger side, you can we'll be able to keep track of it. Now, if not everyone's doing this, and you only got one person doing it, and that one person is in the back of the van, where you can't really see anything of what's going on and tell which way the balloon's going, how fast it's going, is it going up or down or left or right or what is it doing? If this person's just sitting there to have conversation, then it kind of uh, and I get it, that's a mom and a son, and I understand. But, we're not here to have conversations and stuff. We're here to chase the balloon and make sure that that's good. But then again, maybe they're so lax because I am lax and I'm running around with this camera on a tripod, and maybe they're just not taking things seriously because they think that I don't or something. I don't know. I hope that what I do isn't making that much of an issue with anyone. But I've heard some comments like, "Oh, I'm not used to these influencers and stuff like that." I'm like, influencer? I guess I'm an influencer. I mean, I just create content and put them up on YouTube. Why? Because I can't really figure out how to put them anywhere else. But I started to do the live streams, and the live streams are cool. And I was like, well, might as well just do live, raw, and unplugged like we do, right? I can only speak for NJ Court's crew, and we just are here to vibe and support you create art. Well, I appreciate that. You guys seem to be like a really, really cool, supportive group. Like, but you're all individuals. Like, you're all a bunch of individuals that have collaborated together yourselves to be able to come together on a common unity, right? On a community, on a cause, a common mission, a common unity, or a community. You've created this beautiful community here, and now it seems like, you try to look out for each other, say hello, respect one another, this and that, all those things. And I find that to be beautiful. I think it's awesome. But sometimes you don't get that with everyone. And then that's when things become difficult. And now I lost my train of thought, and I almost fell asleep. Like, wait, what are you talking about? We were talking about that I was appreciative of everything that you guys are doing and everything, helping to lend your support. I think it's great, Oh, and we were talking about community, and sometimes people don't bring that community together. So I love it. I love that you guys have created this beautiful, awesome community together. And this guy over here, he needs to get some sleep. That's for sure. I'm like, I'm about to fall asleep talking to you guys. I'm putting myself to sleep over here. Oh. So I think NJ had a pretty good time, and he was really stoked about all kinds of things like the free merch. He loved that balloon. I kept seeing him just holding that balloon and checking it out and showing it off, and that shows a lot of love. Actions speak louder than words, and he could have said thank you as much as he said, but the way that he held it and looked at it over and over, and the way he like spoke of it, like in high revere. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that respect on my glass art. Thank you so much, NJ. Like I said, if you want to come join us next year, my pilot, well, it's not even my pilot, but we always say that, right? My pilot, our pilot, the pilot is always going to be very wary of you doing any kind of camera work. He's already like concerned about me doing it, and I've been on the team for 9 years going on 10. I thought this was 10 years, so any videos that I put, this is my 10-year anniversary, I need to bring down and change to 9. Alright, I finally got this all melted down. Oh my gosh, that only took an hour. It only took me almost to pass out in this flame here. Oh my gosh. I am seriously, like, literally about to fall asleep here. We gotta get this one in the kiln, and then this guy's gotta go Betty bye. Alright, I'm turning up the kiln. We're gonna finish this up. How are your wrists? Does it go? Oh my god. So I actually have maybe something called not carpal tunnel, but cubital tunnel, where the ulnar nerve gets pinched and my fingers start to go numb. But also, I believe my rotator cuffs on my right arm from holding my arms up, constantly spinning, constantly holding my arms up. It's like corporal punishment I give to myself every day. But from doing that, I have maybe some kind of a pinched nerve in my shoulder that then creates this numbness in my fingers. And once my fingers start to go numb, like a lot of times I'll stretch out my hands and I'll do things like that. So if I start to feel it go numb, and I just like get out of that position, move my arm into a different position if I can. Like right now, I'm lining up this, and I can't really get away from this, so I'm just gonna have to deal with whatever comes at me, and yeah. But yeah, my shoulders, they hurt. I met someone who's a massage therapist, and I'm like, oh my gosh, did you bring a chair? Because you would make a killing out here at the balloon fiesta. You just set up a chair right here next to like one of your crews, and then everyone would pay her like $1 a minute easy, right? I just went completely quiet because I'm falling asleep. Alright, how many have we done so far? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we'll get these next 4. I have numb fingers too. I sleep in wrist braces. It helps. My thing is my shoulder. And they're saying that sometimes my what would that be? Like the deltoid and the round part where my rotator cuff is. Sometimes I might sleep on my side, and it kind of crunches in and creates a tightness in the chest, like you're crushing one arm closer into the other, and it's like you're crunching your chest cavity, and it just gets real sore. Or if I'm spinning the glass for too long and I'm holding my wrist up in a way, which I've been trying my best to change up how I blow glass, and how I hold my arms up, and how I like tuck my arm in under itself so I'm not utilizing too much of the rotator cuff and stuff. So I compensate for that quite a bit. But I don't, until now, no one would have ever noticed, right? I make it look like nothing's happening there. I don't have any pain. What are you talking about? What pain? I'm not sleepy. What do you mean? Oh, did I forget one? Oh no, I didn't forget one. It's just a little spaced out. I want to bring you some pinon next week and talk about the custom order I want. What? We gonna meet up? Dope. Okay, I'm down. You know, I've never really been like all like, oh, I need some pinon. Like, I think they're good. I'm sure they're like extremely healthy and beneficial for us. But like when it's pinon season, like I've never been one to go rush out and get me my pinon. You know, I know where to go get them in the forest, and I don't even like go do that. Like I don't forage for them. Like I don't know. It's not. It's weird, I guess, but it's a New Mexican tradition, right? It's something from here. See, I was born and raised in Cali, in California, so I'm more like skateboarder, kind of 1980s skater punk kid, you know. And then I became the water drop man. Should I drop my email on one of your posts so you can find it later? No, don't drop it on here or anything like that. I mean, unless you don't care that it's public or whatever, but I don't know. Let me take that risk. I'm always down for some smoke, yeah. I'm always down to try everyone's homegrown and see, like, yeah, what you got going. And you know, one thing, like, so when I met up with NJ and we started talking about what he grew, I was like, yeah, it ain't the best, it ain't the worst. I also, you know, I didn't really have like the time to really sit there and like, you know, I was with the other members of the crew and I couldn't just like enjoy it. But then when we were like on our way home, because he gave me a ride home that day, and he uh, he and I had loaded one, and it took forever, like pretty much all the way home, which I'm like a good 20-minute drive, 15-minute, 20-minute, 30-minute drive from Balloon Fiesta. So, you know, it lasted quite a while. I'm like, whoa, dude, this burns a long time. He's like, oh, I'm glad you noticed. Like, oh, okay. That's something different. I wish I would have said that on the live stream from the other day. You know what I think is cool is that you can watch our streams kind of side by side. If you open up two tabs or two windows and then you make them small and you figure out the sweet spot on where one's playing and the other one starts or whatever, you can get them to both like line up and sync up and see both of them happening at the same time, but at different perspectives and different different places on the field and everything. He hasn't cured it much yet. Yeah, he was saying, oh, maybe if I just leave it in for another week or two, it'd be good. And I was like thinking like, or a day or two. I don't know what he was saying, but from what I learned, you know, you flip over the whole entire plant if you can. That way, the roots and all the branches and everything that's all within the plant drains into the rest of it, the colas, right? All the fruit. And so that's what you create a lot more flavors at that point. If you don't do that technique, that's really crucial, right? So just doing the whole flipping and drying that out, that's one step. And then, you know, you can either, if you got big enough containers, you can put whole entire uh, shrubs basically in there, right? or you just take the stems and you trim them down into stems, and then you put those into like totes, you know. And so you get yourself like, you know, hopefully they're food grade totes, but if you don't do food grade, at least some kind of tote, a box that you can then get into daily and start to trim things away and clean it all up. And so, you know, what NJ was dealing with there is like, I don't know, it seemed like there's no cleanup, I guess. What am I talking about? Now I'm like completely, no cleanup. What am I talking about? I am like zoning out, guys. Oh my God. Don't mind me. I'm just falling asleep here. Just me, sleep again over here. And I feel like there should be one more right there. Even though it's not supposed to be, I'm going to put one there. Oh, so yeah, sorry, we were talking about flipping things and allowing it. So then you put it in those Tupperware bins, right? I don't know what I was saying with all that. Oh my gosh, I'm going to have to go back and hear what the heck I was talking about. Did it make any sense? Oh my God, I swear, I totally zoned out right there. I passed out on you guys for a sec. Talking. I was blowing glass while I was sleeping right there. You grow until most of the leaf has died off, feeding the bud. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, see, and you can do that too, but what I do is I trim all that so you don't allow any of that nitrogen to get wasted, and it doesn't have any deficiency. And but yeah, you can always drop that into the soil because then it'll pick up its own nutrients that it needs and stuff. But what I like to do is get rid of any of that, the growth that you're not going to need, and really focus on the fruit of the labor. And then the flavor, that's what really pops out. If you get a good flavor there, as you're flipping the whole thing, and then if you then trim up each branch into smaller ones, and you get good flavor there, or smell from the terps and stuff, then yeah, you're on your way. And then you put them in them bins, and you start to open them up daily, and maybe bring the ones from the bottom up to the top and rotate them and stuff like that. But you want to gently handle them. You don't want to be shaking them around and losing all the trichomes and all the crystals and everything. You want to really pay attention and really be careful. But a lot of times, you know, people, they just like throw a seed in the ground, allow it to grow, let Mother Nature take its course, and then they get eager with it and they start to like grab stuff from it before it's even done. And then next thing you know, they've already used up the best parts, and they never even got through the curing process. And so you're supposed to burp it at least like once or twice a day, and do that rotation until for at least like a month. You know, you keep all of it in the dark in a nice, cool, dry spot, which that's what the bins are for. And you make sure that you know, from time to time you go through it and you see like, oh, why is this moist part of the plant here or this and that? You don't want to allow things to then create mold and things. So you got to take care of that. Make sure the soil's all clean. There's so much. And then the hydroponic compared to soil, that's a whole different ball game. I think that I made sense on what I was talking about. I might have mumbled from time to time. But yeah, the whole curing process should take, you know, a few months, you know, and then even then, you know, after you burp those containers and everything, even when you get it, or someone else purchases it from you or whatever, you give it away or whatever happens, you can still go through this process of burping it every time that you open up your nug jar. You're creating that. You're allowing all that to come out to burp it, and you're giving it more time to cure. Every time you put it back in a nice airtight jar or container, you're holding all that moisture and everything, and you're allowing it to do a slow cure at that point still. So yeah, but a lot of people, they rush it and they're like, oh, I cured this for a week. You're like, what? That's not curing. That's like saying, oh, I cured this aged cheddar cheese for a day. And like, that's not how it works. A curing process is a very long time. It allows you to get the robust flavors and the unique properties of the plant, not just worrying about the THC, but also the CBD, the CBG, the CBN, the Delta 9s, the Delta 11s, the Delta 13s, all the different things. But for now, it is what it is, and we got a bunch of newbies coming in, and a lot of people who are like, what? I haven't smoked my whole life because of work and this and that, and now it's recreational and I can. Like, I'm going to. Man, well, I'm tired here. I need to really finish this up. I just heard my alarm go off. I'm like, wait, my alarm's not going off. My phone's right above me. I'm hearing that beeping sound. So, beep, 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 beep. Right, and plastic off gases, right. That's why you want to get the food grade bucket, right? I mean, if you want to try to afford yourself some of them big old pickle jars, those glass pickle jars that are like 30 to 50 gallon glass jars, if you can afford that, well, of course, by all means necessary, do that. Yeah, that's like, yeah, definitely. If you can make any part of the process better, might as well, right? Like right now, I need sleep. What's gonna make that the better process of that? Going to bed. Oh, it's gonna feel good to go to sleep here in a sec. But before I go to sleep, I gotta make sure I take care of a couple things. Make sure that my ride is set. My family is our son and my wife is coming tomorrow. You get gallon jars for the colas and the quarts for nice. Oh yeah, no, and see, I'm talking about like when you're doing multiple plants, not just like one plant or two plants. I'm talking like then you need these big old sterlite, like these big old bins, that they're like a 2 foot by 3 foot bin, 2 foot tall, or however tall, 18 inches, however big those things are. All right, well, here goes the second one. I hope this came out. But yeah, you can definitely do that. Oh shit. We have a SWAT situation, guys. Do you hear that? They're telling people someone to walk back, walk back. There's something going on, guys. There's a SWAT situation happening outside. I live in Albuquerque war zone, guys. Holy shit. That's coming from the helicopter. Because it keeps going in and out. The closer the helicopter gets, the louder that sound gets. The command. Holy shit. What are they fucking saying? I gotta turn off this count or this torch here. Come on, let's finish this up. I can't just turn it off. What's this thing? I don't know what they're saying. I wonder if there's cops now taking someone in custody. That's interesting. Whoa. That's like directly overhead. I kind of want to peek outside and see what's going on. At the same time, I don't know if it's safe. I don't hear them demanding anyone do anything anymore. Maybe someone's in custody. That's crazy. Oh, and Cap isn't streaming. Yeah, well, maybe they don't know. I mean, this just happened. This just like popped off. Like there was nothing going on, and all of a sudden, like I would be the one to get this on. Not like I'm here. But we're not going to do a swap situation. Like, I don't really want to. Well, am I? We can go outside here. That's cool, you know about ANCAP. You need sleep more. I'm not even trying to get. I don't even like. I just see this is the glass man's world. I'm like, let's just see what's going on. I know I need sleep. I'm more curious to know what's going on. I'm like, I could just take you easily with me, or I could shut off the stream. But I'm still like kind of curious what's going on. Like, can I even sleep safely now? Like, it's not about the content. I don't do this stuff for the content, guys. I do this to share. Like, genuinely, if you want to check out my world and what I have to offer, I think some of the things I do in my life is pretty cool, and I like to just share it. That's all. Legit. Like, I'm not monetized. I'm not trying to make a bunch of money off of this. I'm just trying to share my world. You grow professionally in Colorado? What? So always use glass. Well, then you know what's up. Yeah, then you do it in them big old jars. And you got jars like in safes. Yeah, then that's a whole different thing. Yeah, you know what's up. Yeah, the plastic's off gas, 100%. You know. And also, I heard that you blew glass. What? Your ex-husband was a glass blower and taught you how to blow glass. Did you learn how to spin make some mushrooms? Something simple like that. Did they teach you how to do that? The mushroom pendant? You learn how to make beads on a mandrel? I still hear someone out there. Like, what's going on, man? It's crazy. I did get, the other day I was like down the road and I got some crazy SWAT situation. I was like, this is supposed to be my bus stop, but now I have to walk around the corner to another spot. Maybe I thought I heard my alarm going off. Maybe it was the police. Alright, there you go, guys. First look, it doesn't look anything like what it's supposed to because the colors are completely off because they're super hot right now. So we won't see how they're supposed to look until it's nice and cool. All right. So what are we seeing here now? The crew professionally. Whoa, no way! Is like cops episode live, right? Can you guys hear that? That was crazy. Well, I'm not hooked up to the microphone. We can go take a quick peek. You guys want to see the studio? This is what the studio looks like. It's a mess. There's the drum. Oh, there's not the drum. There's the drum right there. This is the studio, guys. There's my Monster Jam shirt. Sometimes I do Monster Jam. I won a marble race. So this is my Borough Marble League, my marble race shirt. I won second place. I normally have this shirt on that on the on that chair. I was talking about the Balloon Fiesta shirt that they put on that statue. That's the shirt right there from the 50th anniversary. This was actually on the statue of Sid Cutter Memorial statue. It was sitting there for the whole week of Balloon Fiesta, 50th anniversary in 2022. Yeah, it says right there, 2022. Okay. So that thing should probably be in a museum. They were gonna throw it away, and I was like, wait, you mind if I keep that? They gave it to me. Like, heck yeah. So yeah, this is where I work, guys. This is my crazy mess. But look, this is where I work. This is all I really need right there. Boom. All right. So let's go take a peek. Oh, hold on. I'm gonna shut the kiln off because I'm gonna forget. Okay. The kiln's off. Check out. This is how I set you guys up right here. So this is the camera angle right here. We put you on right there. Boom, and that's how you guys are. This is the microphone that I have. It's just a simple desktop microphone that I have upside down, and I use it like an upside down boom mic, and it works pretty good, except when for some reason it doesn't connect to itself. All right, but let's go check out, see if we see anything happening up the street or whatever. Because that was like literally like right above us, and then it just went quiet. So I don't know what happened. Hey, love. Hey, love.
Whoa.
I'm saying, hey, you didn't hear those cops?
Oh, shit. My music is blasting like
You heard those
tomorrow,
cops?
and I had this holy shit moment right now. I am
Oh,
having a
look, the
holy shit
moon
moment.
is here.
There's a moon. Really cool. Awesome.
Whoa. We're talking about where's the moon been? That
Yeah.
moon wasn't there last night,
No.
and also
It's back.
I saw it earlier today.
I didn't see it the other day.
I saw it earlier. So I don't know if they were over here. Alright, there's nothing happening over there. Nothing over there. Okay. Sorry, I'm covering the camera for a sec. Just... Yeah, so the moon's back, guys. It wasn't here at all. Now it's like just randomly back. I go outside every night. I've been looking for the moon. What the heck? There was... I don't know where those cops were, so I don't see anything out here. But the moon is back, and it's now not only just a sliver, but it's like a half a moon. What the frick? That's weird. I swear the moon was not up the other night, guys. I mean, last night. You guys know. Like, in just a few hours. Or shit, maybe I haven't seen the moon because at this time I'm like on the torch and working. Maybe that's why I haven't seen it. That's interesting. Huh. Alright, well, I'm gonna let you guys go because there's no reason to draw this out any longer. But I couldn't see anything. That was weird. Those cops, I think they like took off. They're like on a police chase, so maybe we're gonna go live. I mean, try to find a live, maybe ABQ Raw is playing or something. But I'm gonna let you guys go. You have a good night. Thanks for watching, and um, I'll come back soon sometime. All right, we'll see you guys. Love and blessings. Later. Yeah, I'm gonna get some sleep finally.